Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with another makeup episode. I missed one on May 5th, and this is that makeup episode. I'm having so much fun catching up for the two episodes that I missed. And this one, of course, is Oud Saphir. And this looks like Oud Sapphire. Oud Saphir by Atelier. You guys, if you watch me every week, know that I'm doing an Atelier series. But I have good news for you. And you're thinking, okay, he's gonna make us wait till the end of the episode. No, I'm not. I'm going to tell you right now. In fact, this, I don't think in 228 episodes, this has never happened before, but I'm going to give you the rating right now. This, my friends, is what a 5 out of 5 sprays looks like. I am so happy that when in my journey and exploration of Atelier, that I finally stumbled upon one that is just an absolute gem, unmistakably, undeniably, and I want to talk about that. So, I'm going to talk about the notes in a second, but this is a 2015 Amber Woody, and the main thing is just good news abounds for this fragrance. I'm going to be gushing some more about this one. I do like oud. I'm a huge oud fan, and you should know that. But that said, I feel like that's not going to factor into my rating. So, this one, you know what it is too? I love oud, of course, but I'm a huge fan of birch. Birch is another note that has made it onto my list over the years for favorite notes. Birch and birch wood, and I just love the mix here with the pink pepper. So let me talk about the top notes. You are going to get pink pepper, and in the mid you get birch, and then in the base you get birch again and oud. And so this one is just fantastic. It's the perfect mix of a very, very clean, almost medicinal oud. It's certainly not a dirty oud at all. This is a very clean, medicinal oud. And then it's mixed with the pink pepper, and then you've got the birch lurking behind the scenes, and so it's like it's sweet, it's with the pink pepper, but it's also woody, and then it's got the oud that just packs a punch, and probably because of the oud, guess what? This is probably one of the only ones in this house that I have not had problems with longevity, projection, and sillage. Yep, you're ecstatic. You're excited. I know it. Well, so am I. And I'll just say flat out right now, this is a top 3 Atelier for me out of the 16 that I will be reviewing, and I've got like 2 or 3 left after this. But I can already say that this will be either the gold medal, the silver medal, or a bronze medal, but it will be a medalist. Might not be the first one because I haven't reviewed all of them, but I know I can tell you right now this is a top 3 all time for Atelier for me. And I can also say that when I bought the sample pack, I think it was it's $35. So what's really cool is you buy the sample pack for 16 fragrances for $35. Then they send you a coupon code, but the only catch is it says you get the $35 back if you buy a bottle, but you must buy it within 6 months. And I've had this sucker for about, a year, a little over a year. So here's what I'm going to do. I am so moved by this fragrance that eventually what I'm going to try to do is grab it and see if the coupon code still works, if they forgot to turn it off. If it does not, then I will go to discounters. In fact, I just looked now on Amazon, a 6.7 ounce, 200 milliliter, right? That's double the standard bottle, of course. Right now is $195, which is, usually their bottles for a 100 milliliter 3.4 ounce are $225 on their site. It's retail. So that is really speaking my language. And so I really, really appreciate that, especially for a 6.7 ounce, 200 milliliter. I will probably grab this one at this point, at some point, excuse me. I don't need it, but I really, really enjoyed wearing this one this week. It was just absolutely a joy to wear. Okay, so let's get to the projection, longevity, and sillage, because I've already said pink pepper, birch. Oh, it does have some jasmine, by the way, and that will matter later when I'm talking about gender, but it's really pink pepper, birch, and oud are the main players here. So longevity, projection, and sillage. I have good news, and I can't believe I'm saying that about this house. So when it comes to this one, you're looking at a solid 6 to 8 hours when it comes to longevity, and I am thrilled with this fragrance. It's probably the oud that's kicking in, but I don't really care. I'm not going to ask any questions. You're looking at a rock solid 6 to 8, and I could definitely see you even getting all the way through 8.5 hours, especially if you spray on your clothes. Very, very good news for this fragrance and this house. Projection is also very good. You're going to get an arm's length away for the first 4 to 6 hours, and then it will project slightly less from there on, but it will be one that people pick up. It will be one that people ask you about. The sillage coming in on rooms, like if it were parties and things like that, you will also get noticed, and people will definitely ask you what you're wearing. And I'm so happy about that, because this house has definitely let me down usually when it comes to those three categories. Not the case here. So when it comes to, what do you think? Let's do season. This is definitely a fall winter. But it could be, I do feel like with the pink pepper and the jasmine, I do feel like it could be worn definitely in the spring and even summer. I do not think that this is too heavy of an oud. Like I said, so if you don't know, there are typically 3 types of oud. One is a very dirty oud, one is medicinal, and then one is quite clean. And this one is kind of a combination of the medicinal and clean. Love it. Stroke of genius. I wasn't able to catch who the parfumé was, though, so I do apologize for that. 2015 release, Amber Woody, I've already said. And then the top notes, I just want to add to, it does have bergamot in it. I don't know that for me, the main player on the top is the pink pepper. The champion, if you will, is the pink pepper. That's just my take. I would not consider this a bergamot dominant fragrance by any stretch of the imagination. So those are the notes, and that's the longevity, projection, and sillage. And then the seasons. Definitely a fall, winter, but could it be worn in the spring and summer? Yes, it would not be too cloying. It would actually hold up well, I think, in higher temperatures like today. And so, yeah, good news abounds. Let's do gender. So here's my take on this fragrance. This one on Fragrantica was, and if you allow the unsponsored, completely unsponsored, ignored actually, Lucky Scent gender continuum. I have masculine, feminine, and then I have unisex. A lot of people said unisex leaning masculine for Fragrantica. I actually disagree. For me, this one is a unisex. It's clearly in the unisex category, but I find it feminine leaning. I do find that the jasmine comes into play. See, it has a floral element to it that I do feel seems a little feminine to me in terms of overall feel. These are all subjective, of course, obviously, because most people are saying unisex leaning masculine. I feel like it's unisex leaning feminine. However, you know what I was thinking about this fragrance reminds me of Amouage Lyric Man. Not because it's a rose, not because of the note, but because there are certain fragrances that are quote unquote feminine leaning that I just don't care about those things anyway, right? I review these, so I try to give you my take. But would I have quote unquote feminine or even perfumes in my collection? Yes, I would. Lyric Man is amazing. I love Lyric Man by Amouage, and it is quote unquote too feminine for a lot of guys. Another one that actually is a perfume. It is for women. Is Black Orchid by Tom Ford. I would have that in my collection. I love that one. I'm going to like what I like. This one is definitely perfect for a guy who's looking for something. I mean, that a lot of guys might say is quote unquote, too feminine or metrosexual or whatever the terms they want to use. I just don't care. It smells divine, and it's certainly not too feminine for me at all. I just wanted you to know that I do find it feminine leaning. So it is just outstanding, and I would put that as, for gender, is definitely unisex, feminine leaning. Okay, so let's move on. Age. This is another one that, well, I didn't give you my percentages though. My percentages for people who actually own this one. Here's another one. I'm gonna go right down the pike, just like Oolong Infini. And I'm going to say 50-50. That is to say 50% men, 50% women. For people who actually wanted it, went out and bought it. It's their signature scent. I just think you're going to see, it would smell very, very, very sexy on a woman. And I just have loved wearing this one. And on my skin, it is blended very well. And I love the smell. And so what more can I say? I'm gushing, as I told you I would. So that's gender. And now age. I mean, with the oud and the jasmine, I will say, I mean, someone in college could pull this off. I think it's more the finances. But if we're saying, I'm going to go 25 and up. That's what I'm going to say. I do see it maybe as like, paid internships, maybe first job, apartment, just bought an Audi, whatever. I'm going to go 25 and up on this fragrance. And I really don't know if I can tell you why, actually. Other than, I guess, I don't see, college students putting out this kind of cash for this one. And I think it might be, it might be quote unquote too feminine for some of the bros. I of course disagree, but I'm going to go 25 and up on age. Now, when it comes to event, I would say anytime, anywhere, any event. This is one that I would look to more for the night. But then again, I would definitely reapply, and this one would work fine in the office. And I couldn't see anyone being offended by this one unless you work in an office place where they say, to be fragrant free, or they have fragrance sensitivities. Other than that, if you ask me to commit to one of them, I associate more with romance here, and I would say this is definitely an evening night. But I would wear this to the office, barbecue and flip flop and t-shirts. Would it work? Yes. Would it work in a suit? Yes. It just is that good, and it would work. It is that versatile, I should say. Okay, so those are the events, and now let's get to I've already said 5 out of 5. In fact, I was thinking about this. I'm having a difficult time not giving this a 6 out of 5, which is the coveted bonus spray that I give here at TCG. And I think here's why. I don't feel like I can give a 6 out of 5. You probably think I'm going to complain about the price. It's not. For me this time, it's the fact that I don't have a full bottle and I can't talk about the atomizer or how much is emitted or the design of the bottle and how it feels. Those things matter when you're giving a 6 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5 and you have 23 viewers. Come on, let's be honest here. And so it really, really matters. And I'm going to settle with 5 out of 5 sprays for this. And I'm so happy because I have reviewed in double digits now Ateliers. And of course, I've liked a few of them, but there tends to be kind of a running theme here, and this one breaks the mold, absolutely. So 5 out of 5 sprays for Oud Saphir. I will even check out later on if I can snag a bottle, and if not, I will figure out something later through the discounters. But just an absolute home run. 5 out of 5. I will do one. I actually saved some, because it's going to be my scent of the day. And I'm going to have one on each side of the neck, one on each wrist, And how about one on the back of the neck? Just, just these are not sprays anyway, they're dabs, so it's kind of odd. But I have a fair amount. All right, so I'm going to do boom. 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 I ran out. Boom. And boom. And actually, I'm gonna apply a little bit more on this side because I didn't last time. So that, the whole room smells. I see what they're saying. I'm sure bergamot is there in the top notes, but man, what I get is a pink pepper blast. That's what I get. It kind of reminds me of, what was it? Gentleman Only, I think it is, and by Givenchy, right? It kind of reminds me of that type of fragrance. It has a lot of pink pepper initially, and then the birch mixes with it, and then the oud. Man, if this isn't a 5 out of 5, if you find reviewers who are lukewarm on this one, let me know, because I would be very surprised if reviewers didn't give it like an 8 out of 10 at least, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, whatever their system is. But this one is just that good. I have really enjoyed this one. I felt like it was a breakthrough moment in this house for me. And 2015 release, just a hashtag amazeballs, okay? So 5 out of 5. I hope you're doing well. My scent of the day is this one, of course. What is your scent of the day if you don't have too much to say about this one? I always love to, in fact, just yesterday, I went and got a sample, just a small one, but I got a sample of one of your scents of the day, and I will be reviewing that before I end the channel. Oh, and I almost forgot. In fact, I'll make it the bonus feature. I will read the postcard in just a second for this fragrance. Until next week, always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so welcome to the bonus feature. I almost forgot to read the postcard. For the 13 of you that have made it this far, of course, if you would like me to send you this postcard, I would love to send it to you as a way of saying thanks for watching me over the years. I have to tell you, this one is a beautiful postcard. I mean, that is really, really, really nice. I like that one. Probably my favorite or second favorite, besides the Oolong Infini with the typewriter and scotch or bourbon. So this one is Oud Saphir, and if you watch me, you know I love reading the description to see if it actually matches up. So let's see what they say. And just like last time, I have not looked at the description until now. Her decision was irreversible. She would not continue living a life by others' rules. To see his deep sapphire blue eyes and feel the calm of his voice again were the only things that mattered now. With him, she finally felt ready to write her own history. A little over the top, but romance, being swept off her feet. I do, again, believe and buy into it that this one certainly lives up to that bill. It's just that good. And I can see now I have a little bit, you know what? I'm going to end it. Let's do it. In fact, just because last week I forgot last episode to rub it in like I said I would for Al. Al here, talking street sense. So here we go. I'm going to rub it in just in case Al is watching. You take care. Have a great week. And I will see you in the next episode, my friends.